This is the story of the Watergate Scandal and how it led to President Nixon's shocking resignation.
Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
But to understand how we got there, we have to rewind to June 17, 1972. On that day, 5 men were caught breaking into the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate Hotel. Their mission? To spy on the Democrats and gather damaging information. At least 2 of the men were linked to the CRP, Nixon's committee to re-elect the president. Ironically, Nixon was already favored to win the election thanks to his Vietnamization policy and a growing economy. So why risk it? The answer? Fear. Still haunted by his loss to Kennedy in 1960, Nixon worried the media and Democrats would find a way to bring him down again. Despite the suspicious circumstances, most of the public initially accepted the White House denial of involvement. Unlike the public, the FBI wasn't so sure. As the investigation unfolded, a secret source known only as Deep Throat fed information to journalist Bob Woodward. Years later, Deep Throat was revealed to be Mark Felt, the FBI's deputy director, who said he acted out of moral conscience. Woodward and fellow journalist Carl Bernstein began publishing reports in the Washington Post, fueling public suspicion. This eventually led to the formation of the Senate Select Committee on Presidential Campaign Activities, aka the Senate Watergate Committee, an official body tasked with investigating the scandal. The committee held televised hearings, which damaged Nixon's public image even further. One of the biggest bombshells came from White House aide Alexander Butterfield, who revealed that Nixon had secretly recorded conversations in the Oval Office and other key locations. Nixon had installed the system himself, believing it would create a reliable historical record and protect him. But when Special Prosecutor Archibald Cox demanded the tapes, Nixon refused, citing executive privilege. Nixon then tried to fire Cox, but top Justice Department officials Elliot Richardson and William Ruckelshaus refused and resigned in protest. When Cox was eventually fired, the event was dubbed the Saturday Night Massacre, which only intensified calls for Nixon's impeachment. Despite trying to calm the nation with speeches including his famous claim, "I am not a crook," and edited transcripts, the Supreme Court ultimately forced Nixon to release the full recordings. Those tapes, especially what became known as the smoking gun tape, provided undeniable evidence that Nixon had tried to obstruct the FBI's investigation and used hush money to keep it quiet. Facing certain impeachment, Nixon resigned on August 8, 1974. His successor, Gerald Ford, later pardoned him, though Nixon was barred from holding political office again. Although his presidency ended in scandal, soiling not only his reputation and prior good works, such as opening diplomatic relationships with China, establishing various environmental reforms, and Deontay, to list a few, but also the entire government system as well. Despite this setback, Nixon gradually rebuilt his public image through writing and working foreign policy. In the end, Nixon died on April 22, 1994, with the reputation of a seasoned statesman. Well, that does it. My name is Richard, and that was the Watergate Scandal. The Fall of Nixon. Richard Nixon.